be outside on it. So we expect it like tomorrow. So I really discuss it with the manager.
How are you? Fine, sir. Good to see you. You are a witness to how this project started. I will never forget what you told me in 2014, how you encouraged us. And by the time we were looking for the CFO, with immediate alacrity, you did not waste time. So you are part of this project. You are our father in the state, and you have never failed to waver because, yes, you said last year after the visit of the federal officials that we should see you in mid-June. And like your child, I kept pestering you. And you know, sir, Your Excellency, by the ICIC Act of 2005, as a PPP project, Edo State government automatically is allocated 20% equity in that, in the federal government ICIC Act of 2005. So there's nothing we can do about it. Edo State is a shareholder in this business, and that's why you found it magnanimous enough to set up the committee that where myself and Mr. Idionwe as secretary will be working, assiduously for the past 3-4 years. So we thank you very much, sir. We would like to make just a brief presentation, considering your time, and then also to take you around. This is a pure transport infrastructure. This is a pure transport infrastructure. It will intersect so many value chains, especially with Edo State on the ECOWAS trade route. Edo State is on the international route, coming from Abidjan to Benin, to Lagos, Ore, Benin, Auchi, until it intersects the Trans-Saharan route at Lokoja and continues all the way to the desert. So the importance of Edo State as a logistics hub, this further reinforces it. One other thing again that we will see infrastructure coming up is the promise by the Federal Ministry of Transport that this dry port has been aligned to the rail master plan on the coastal rail. So they are aligning this dry port to that project. And of course, if you look at the master plan, you will see that there's also what you call a rail extension from Agro. And I know that you mentioned it the last time you were in Agro, during the commissioning of that. There's nobody that was more elated than me that day, because you said it and everybody heard you. It's in the news, it's on the internet. So we are very grateful for mentioning it. For the rail, so when the rail comes, that is where it's expected to offload containers coming from abroad and also load containers that are going out. So if the coastal rail line or whichever one comes, we expect it to come from that angle. And when they visited us here in mid-December, they accepted that plan. It's already been built in the rail master plan. Because we have a perimeter road around these premises. So you can drive around. And all these intersections you are seeing, they are all roads that have been pegged. So all we need to do is just bring Caterpillar, open them, do the stone base, and then leave some green areas and all that. So in the design, they told us we must put an area for repair of container. So you see, that is job creation. Everything about the inland dry port is about job creation. In the feasibility and viability study we did, I think not long after we met the governor as head of economic team that time, it took us 2 years to put that together, but it showed clearly that this is a fantastic project. It's very viable. It's going to create over 30,000 jobs, just assuming that you have only 5,000 freight forwarders. In Nigeria, there are about 15,000 freight forwarders registered. There may be others. This is what it will look like at the end of the day. We are here today to see for ourselves, our coming personnel, to see for myself,
so I have a mental picture of what has been accomplished and what you are trying to achieve. So it is not going to be a very long visit. We will believe now. Let us see the plan and see what you have executed vis-a-vis the plan. We are very interested in the transit park component of it, like you said, because it complements our plans to make Edo a transit hub. And I believe that can start tomorrow. I mean, it's not a problem at all. We can commence that because we already have investors and people who have expressed interest. The issue of the dry dock itself should not be a problem because it will be one of the considerations the transaction advisor who is working on the Benin River port has started work, and they will come and see you and talk with you to see how this gets keyed into what we're doing there. It's part of the reasons why we are building that port. So we have a port that has a two-way flow. That is, the vessels that come in and to deliver things have things to take out. We, on the equity side, we will need to sit with you. Governance is something we're very concerned about in private businesses. The role of government is to be supportive and create an enabling environment. If we need to help put in some trigger, as we did with the modular refinery, we definitely would, we're very willing to support, to catalyze this project. But our goal is not to own, let private people who understand business do business, and government will do its own thing, which is to create an enabling environment for citizens, both corporate and individuals, to do well and thrive. And in the process, they will pay taxes for us to continue to sustain the state. We will not take our eyes off that purpose, but in achieving that purpose, we also realize that we need to support you. I want to congratulate you for the work you've done so far. I want to continue to encourage you and to tell you that nothing good comes easy.
And in the second warehouse, we have the plug-in jack, where you plug in containers. If it comes from Agro, their plan is that to come through Prescott and appear here. Then I was also discussing with them about the Benin Enterprise Park. And just behind Benin Enterprise Park is River Port, Benin River Port. So I think they took note of that. So that once you have a rail here, there's no point it not going to the Enterprise Park. Just for us to finalize the discussion with the investors that are also coming in with us. So that's why I was saying they are asking us for certain financial instruments to assure them that we are talking to them. If we have 200-300 containers every day, because the traffic for containers coming to Edo State, you have 2.6 million containers per annum. Edo State alone commands 45% of those containers. Edo State, Adiza Mama showed it to me when we went to Lagos. She showed it to me. Yes. So